I'm Eric from A Mind for All Seasons, and I'm here with Kail, who has been participating in treatments with our Thor Light Helmet. And she was excited to have a discussion here today and talk about some of her experiences with those treatments. So Kail, first of all, thank you for taking time to come in and visit with me.
Very welcome.
And if you could tell our viewers today what prompted you to come in to receive these treatments.
Mainly 2 major concussions in 2018, but I had multiple concussions before that I never got diagnosed or treated. I fell out of a camper head first a couple of times. And finally, in the second one, they told me I had no inner ear balance, so we fixed that. But the last 2 really hurt my brain. I was talking gibberish. My friends couldn't understand me. And I literally could do nothing in 2018. And in 2019, it got better, but not really. I couldn't do my job. I really had no brain skills to support myself. And I've supported myself my entire life using my brain. So it was terrifying.
That's a very scary thing.
Terrifying.
Thank you for sharing that. So I think if I remember right, one of the falls, the one out of the camper, you said you actually landed on a boulder.
On a boulder. And the other one I fell out, I landed in a gravel pit and I lost my eyebrow on that one. So they're hard hits.
Yeah.
Really hard hits. And I probably had 15 of them.
Oh, wow. Now, standard protocol for concussion would be to just really rest and lay low, be in a dark room, stay still, things like that. And I'm sure that you did many of those things, but long term, you mentioned you got a little bit better after some of the initial problems, but what were some of the long-term effects that you were still dealing with as far as mood and sleep and cognition?
I've been a depressant most of my life. I only found that out about 20 years ago, but it was worse. And I was terrified. I was terrified I was losing my mind and that I would end up with no brain, severe dementia, Alzheimer's, something, because it can be related. And it was terror. Between terror and depression, I actually was trying to figure out ways where I could end it if it became clear that my brain was going to quit. I couldn't deal with that idea at all. And a friend mentioned, I went to everything. I went through what I call brain school twice. I had it's an exam you take and it's all day long being asked questions and doing things, and you know the name of it, I think. But it didn't tell me anything. It told the psychologist a lot of things, but it didn't help me. I didn't know where my brain was hurt or not hurt, and it didn't tell me anything about my future. And I was just frustrated and angry and upset, and yeah, pretty bad.
So then you heard about A Mind for All Seasons and the fact that we have, we're really the first place in the United States to have the Thor Light Helmet, which is a specific type of red light therapy device that activates energy production in the brain, calms inflammation, and it's been used very successfully in pilot trials at the Boston VA with Gulf War veterans, football players, and others who have suffered chronic traumatic brain injuries. So we obtained that not too long ago, and you found out about it and decided to come in. And what are the treatments like?
I had people tell me it was not worth it. And my response was, well, if it's not going to hurt me, why would I not try it?
Yeah.
And I can't tell you, it's the best thing I ever did. Ever did. I've tried to get several of my friends to come, and they're just skeptical. I would say the first thing that happened, I remember, is after my first Thor treatment, I could feel my brain. I knew where it was in my head to the dot. And the other thing is those tests that you had me do told me where my brain was solid and where my brain was hurt. Like, for example, I found out that I actually had some damage to my motor skills on the right side. And that's proven true. But almost immediately, my depression started lightening. It got to the point where I actually got off my little duff and started exercising. Now, that is like a miracle for me. I don't like to exercise, but I go. Mm-hmm. Because I have no depression. It is amazing.
That's game changing.
Oh, it's changed my entire life. I mean, this year has been tough. I still can't work very well, but that's okay at my age if I don't. So, but I'm not upset. I'm not unhappy. I'm not depressed. I'm not sad. You know, I'm still delighted to talk to my kids and talk to my friends and garden and read. Oh, I can read and I can do some work. So it has been, I've never felt like this in my entire life because I've been depressed my whole life. And I have friends that can see the difference in me. Just talking to me, they can tell the difference.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
The other thing it's done is it helped my word retrieval. I was grasping for words every sentence, or at least every other sentence, and at least every conversation. I still have some word retrieval problems, but they're nothing compared to what they were. And I think it's just my age at this point. I don't think it's anything that in fact, my ex-husband probably loses his words worse than I do. and he doesn't have depressions or hits. So that has helped too dramatically.
And is the treatment particularly hard? Like what does it entail?
The treatment is the easiest thing I've ever done. You come in, you sit down, they turn it on, you go through 2 sessions, you get up and you leave. And that's it. And it doesn't hurt. It's actually, I kind of take cat naps when I do it. It is easy. It's hard to explain how effective it is when it is so easy, but it is.
Yeah, that's great. And we'll do another video on the science of red light therapy and how it is that very specific wavelengths of light are able to influence energy production and calm inflammation and do some of the things that result in the kinds of effects that Kail has experienced here. But we're just so excited for you that you're doing this much better. And
well, I don't have all these worries and fear and terror about my future anymore. And that was horrible. So I'm a happy girl.
That's terrific.
I'm really a happy girl.
You mentioned that you have some friends that you've tried to invite to come in. They've been a little bit skeptical. And that's natural. Anytime something is new and they haven't read the research on it, it's
well, I've always been the risk taker. So I have no problem taking a risk because otherwise I would have never gotten anywhere. But some of them are so severely depressed and their lives would change. And one of them has some mental cognitive issues from a disease, and I cannot get them to believe that this could work. Maybe that means I'm a terrible salesman, but I don't think so. I had a friend that's a neurologist who didn't believe in it, and after she saw what it has done to me, she has quit complaining about it because she sees the difference in me.
And the amazing thing to me is if people would just take the time to look at the research, a lot of the research on these types of modalities is coming out of Harvard Medical School. Right. This is not just craziness. There's a growing body of research on how light affects the body, and it's fun to be involved in photomedicine. So, Kail, if you were able to talk to someone, maybe someone watching this who is thinking, gosh, could this potentially help me? But I don't know, I'm a little bit skeptical. I'm not so sure. What would you say to them?
Try it. Absolutely try it. You will be amazed. The other thing is they've also helped me on a diet, and I'm starting to lose weight, which I could not do. I need to, and exercise helps, but it's kind of a whole body thing. And you have nothing, absolutely nothing to lose and everything to gain. And no, this is not a paid advertisement. I love this place and I love what it's done to my brain.
Well, thank you so much, Kail. We appreciate you
You're
taking
welcome.
time to talk. Thank you for taking time to watch today.
Yes.
All right.
Try it.
If you want to know more about how you can have light therapy with the Thor Light Helmet and with some of the other treatment devices that we have here at A Mind for All Seasons, contact us at the link below. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.